So by the time you guys are seeing this, San Diego Comic-Con's already like way in the past. But the reality is that the reason I'm in St. Louis today is because I have a flight to catch to get to San Diego for Comic-Con, and I have some time to kill. Spending my money on toys right before I go to Comic-Con, probably not the most responsible thing I've done. But toys, am I right? Am I right?
You're right.
All right, I got approval, so I think I'm okay.
Today I am visiting St. Louis Comics, Toys, and More. This is a store that was actually recommended to me by several of you, and the day that I happened to visit this store was right after they received a massive G.I. Joe collection trade-in. So with G.I. Joe sort of being one of my collecting goals this year, it seemed perfect to finally visit the store that's also one that's pretty close to home. So let's go on in and check it out. Immediately upon walking in the door, boom, there's the G.I. Joe collection. It is incredibly impressive. There is a massive display like right in the center of the aisle that feels like it is filled from the floor to the top of this display with loose G.I. Joe action figures. But that is not all, because this collection that came in is filled with vehicles, play sets, a lot of amazing stuff. Now over here in the glass cases are the higher end items. And look, I am not versed enough in G.I. Joe collecting to know what's considered rare or expensive, but the prices on all the stuff in this particular case right here were definitely on the higher end, so I wanted to skim that over so you guys could see all of the amazing stuff here. Now, I believe the story behind this collection is that it was a father and son duo that collected this line together, and the son is around our age, and it was just time to part with the entire collection. On one hand, it's a little sad to see that that's the end of the story, but at the same time, it's amazing to see these situations where you have like a father and a son enjoying a hobby together. And obviously, I feel like this is how it's got to end at some point for everybody, right? And now they will go to live on and make other collectors happy. They definitely took care of their items because everything here is in such beautiful shape. And while not every single item is 100% complete, most of them are. There's bio cards with some of these guys, or file cards, I guess they are specifically called. There's weapons with most of them. The vehicles all look really good. Also, these guys were army builders. Oh my goodness. I mean, looking at the massive variety of so many of the different troopers, that is so incredibly cool to see. I skimmed through a lot of these figures. I mean, just kind of going through peg by peg, looking through all of them, and I definitely saw several figures that are figures I've been looking at basically all year long. Like, I've definitely got my sights set on specific figures that I know that I'm going to end up buying eventually. And there's such an amazing selection here that I know I am not leaving the store today without at least one new item for my newish G.I. Joe collection.
There's Baroness. Oh yeah, best Storm Shadow.
But this is a store that has a whole lot more to look at still, and I definitely want to check out everything. Now, St. Louis Comics is like the primary name of the store, so it is indeed a comic book shop, and you'll see lots of back issues there in the center of the store, but don't let that fool you, because the Toys and More part of the name is a reality. This is a full-on toy store. There's also video games here, and the selection is really amazing. Like, there is stuff from all eras of toy collecting. I'm seeing all kinds of cool things all around the store. So much to look at, and it's hard to focus on like what exactly it is I want to see in this store. So there's a lot here.
Is the Mountie. We don't have the Mountie. Oh my gosh. Oh man. Bob Backlund and the Sultan. You know who this guy right here in the red mask? He was the Sultan. You know who that is? It's Rikishi.
Oh.
That's one of his early gimmicks with the company. They called him the Sultan. It's pretty awesome. Captain Planet. There's Bionic 6 right underneath it. James Bond Jr.
I really start to notice that there's a lot of Masters of the Universe in here, and a lot of the Masters of the Universe items that I'm seeing are a bit on the obscure or even rare side. And then it dawns on me, because it's all looking a little familiar. And I remember that just last year, around the same area, I visited my friend Mike, aka BuzzOff82 on Instagram, and he showed me his amazing collection of International Masters of the Universe figures. Well, it turns out that Mike ended up parting with a large chunk of his collection, and this is where it ended up. So many of the items in this store used to belong to Mike, and here they are. It's so funny. I was like making the joke that I was revisiting Mike's collection, and I definitely had to make sure to even message him when I left the store to let him know that. But there's some really good Motu stuff here. If you're a Masters collector and that merchandise or the really weird obscure pieces or something that interests you, then you need to get to this shop, because I found all kinds of really cool items here that I don't typically see while I'm out hunting. Oh, and hey, there's a pretty great selection of New Adventures of He-Man figures here. Now look, I understand that this is kind of considered the black sheep of the Masters of the Universe world, but I've said it before, I'll say it again, I'm a defender of this toy line. It's easy to look at them and kind of discard them because they were such a drastic change in overall appearance from what made the 80s toy line great, but for a 90s toy line, looking at it on its own, it's a cool line of action figures, vehicles, and playsets. And there's some really cool character designs here. Really great selection here, and one of the figures that I found is Spin Fist Hydron. Now this is actually one of the harder to find figures from towards the end of the line, and the price tag here is actually really good. I've already got this figure at home, so I'm gonna leave this, so somebody needs to go buy this. Seriously, great figure, doesn't turn up very often. This room is interesting. I have stumbled upon the Star Wars room. But it's not just a Star Wars room, it's basically a 90s Star Wars room. Of course, we're going into the prequels there as well, so late 90s, even into the early 2000s. But honestly, this is a room that holds a lot of nostalgia for me. This is another one of those things where, like, obviously Power of the Force figures from the 90s are a dime a dozen, right? I think a lot of collectors were buying them in droves and keeping them carded, assuming that one day they'd be worth a bunch of money, and now they are everywhere and they aren't worth a lot. And they are often mocked for their buffer sculpts, right? They're strong looking figures, at least in the early Power of the Force waves from 95 and 96. I like this line a lot. In fact, I did a whole retrospective video on the 90s Power of the Force figures, and I will always look at these and be reminded why I like toy collecting so much, because even if these are goofy, even if these don't hold up by today's standards, man, collecting this line was a blast. You gotta remember, we went through a period where there was no Star Wars toys, so when these hit, it was exciting. These figures right here are what made me a toy collector. That's what I always say, because this is the line. I was in high school when these came out, and this is the line of toys that turned me into a toy hunter and a toy collector, and I have fond memories with this line. So every time I see them, especially when I see all these beautiful carded specimens, it hits me, man. It really does. It's amazing. I'm nostalgic for this line right here. The vintage version of Yak Face is one of the most expensive figures in the line. And here's the 90s version for $5. Oh, hey, something else in this room on the tables. You'll see there's a bunch of long boxes, like comic long boxes, but in those boxes are carded Toy Biz Lord of the Rings action figures.
Lord of the Rings, it's about a fellowship.
Frodo, look out! A cave troll!
On a mission to save Middle-earth.
Over here, Bigfoot!
It's about bravery.
Legolas, fire away! Got him! The bigger they are, the harder they fall.
It's about evil spirits.
Look out! A ring wraith!
And the courage of heroes.
Over here, alerts! Miss!
It's about the power of teamwork.
Get him, Gimli!
Are you ready to join the fight? Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings action figures, Cave Troll, and Ring Wraith, each sold separately.
This is another great pocket of time for toy collecting. This was like my early days on the internet, on message boards, forums, talking about toys. This toy line came out around the same time that Marvel Legends was first coming up. So this was the other big Toy Biz line at the time. And it's where we started to see kind of like other toys getting that Marvel Legends style treatment. Now, of course, there's still a bunch of action features and stuff throughout this line, but people were losing their minds for these figures. Like, I got swept up in it. I was buying a bunch of these Lord of the Rings figures, and it's really amazing to see how these have sort of like vanished at this point. As in, nobody really talks about them. You don't see a lot of people still having them in their collections. Like, these were a really cool period of toy history. And I think it's just because, like, the movies and everything, I mean, it's fallen out of mainstream a little bit, so probably that's part of it. But this was a really important toy line, I think. And this is a really great selection here. And again, seeing stuff like this is always tempting, making me wonder if it's like, do I really need to start another collection? No, but it's always fun to see this stuff.
Oh, there he is. Ooh, and for only $12.
You know what it did?
Yep, best figure in this whole line. He's a glow-in-the-dark skeleton guy.
Makes sense.
As I'm making my way back to the front to kind of decide on my final purchases for the day, I do notice like a little section that's got all kinds of random figures, like loose figures and plastic bins, and I'm digging through those and actually finding some really fun things in here. For example, here's a Hot Wheel that is probably my all-time favorite Hot Wheel, and I'm not really like a Hot Wheels collector by any means, but this is Zombot. It's a car that basically can stand up like a shiny robot action figure. Mattel released this one in the Hot Wheels line multiple times over the years in various colors. In fact, this mold still gets used today, and this is one of those ones where like every time I see one that I don't have, I love to grab it. So this is awesome to see. Also, I see a couple of Coors figures hanging here. You know, Lannard's version of G.I. Joe. I do love me some Coors figures as well.
Mom, I really want an Alley Viper. Son, we already have Alley Viper at home.
And hey, I guess I need to decide, what am I going to pick up from that G.I. Joe collection?
Okay, Christina, I only want to buy one Joe. So do I get bright orange and purple guy or chrome head guy?
Chrome head guy.
Chrome head guy? You think I should go for Destro?
Yes. You're all
Yeah,
about
I think
the
you're
chrome.
you're right. I think Vac Metal might win today, and I've always kind of wanted this one.
So as I'm like making my pile, I think I'm ready to go. I'm ready to make a purchase. But that's when the owner says, hey, do you want to see the back room? I will never say no to checking out the back room of a toy store. And we get to bring the camera with us. So let's go see what's hiding in the back at St. Louis Comics, Toys, and More.
So this is all stuff that's priced and ready to go out.
Oh, cool,
There's
cool.
Mixed. There's tubs of loose toys.
Dang, that's awesome. Bunch of Toy Biz stuff. I saw the whole Star Wars room in there.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Just like all the Power of the Force stuff.
There's all kinds of crazy.
Oh
stuff.
wow, what is this?
Wall lamp.
That's a lamp?
Yep.
Oh my god, I love weird merchandise. It's so cool.
Is that? Oh, did you see the chair up here?
I did. I saw that right when I walked in. It's so cool.
So there's a weird merchandise item right there.
Oh, I have this.
Buzz Off gifted me that.
Did he?
as well, yeah.
That's amazing. Oh, and it's got the faceplate, which is excellent.
Getting the peek behind the curtain like this is seriously always fun because it's always amazing to see like what kind of stock is still sitting in the back waiting to hit the floor, stuff that's still being processed from trade-ins or just items that they haven't quite figured out where to place yet. So it's always fun because this is the part that feels like you're digging through somebody's collection almost. Like I'm sure all of us as toy collectors have like bins just like this that's filled with random things, and when it's not your own stuff, it's fun to dig through it. It's fun to see what kind of items you can come across.
RoboForce? Nice. Look at that. Oh, come on. The artwork is so
it's killer.
good.
We got that Exo Squad.
Wow. Oh, that's nice. Oh, wow. Cool. That's a line that I never really got into, but
a
it's
cool
like,
line.
yeah, it's one that I like always admire when I see it.
Sure.
It's like, it's so cool. I mean, mechs with like little minifigures that pilot them. Come on, that's awesome. Oh, oh wow. Is this all four of those are in here?
No, it's just the He-Man.
It's just the He-Man. Okay.
The big deal on the price is that box.
Right. I've never, because I saw you had that carded Man at Arms out
Yeah.
there.
So they came
Look
raw
at
in the
that.
box.
Oh, wow. That is so amazing. God.
That came out of Old Boy's house, didn't it?
Yep.
Of course.
That was Buzz Off.
Of course. I can't wait to message him when I leave here. Like, I just revisited all your old toys. I have these guys loose at home. The cake toppers.
No, I don't.
I do. They're up in my room, standing on top of the shelf. I think I bought them at a King County toy show. Oh man, you got
toy
oh,
card game.
Card game. Yeah. Man, look at all these things. Slide puzzle. Castle of Lions up here. Ooh.
That just walked in
Did
2
it?
days ago. Yeah. It is largely incomplete.
Does it say, does it have the key? The gold
It does
key?
have the key, but all
Whoa.
the bits around the top are
Got
missing.
the desk, the computer, the key.
Mine at home is missing the key.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I have this, but I don't have the key. What is this? Ooh, a kite. Oh, that's cool. Oh my god, these are cool. Superman mittens. Bunch of turtles over here. Whoa.
There you go, sir.
What? Oh my gosh. Are you sure you don't want to like keep this with your castle?
No. That's my gift to you.
Oh my gosh, are you serious? Dude, this is amazing. This will I've been missing this for years for my castle. Oh my god, that's awesome.
So we just got carded playmates sitting around here.
I was gonna say, I saw that chrome dome and I was like, oh my gosh.
This guy brought me another box.
Look at that old price tag too, $3.67.
That was $3.99.
Oh, unpunched even. Look at that. Wow. Oh, and a Secret Wars Doom. This is just came like just some guy was just. This one's unpunched. I didn't even notice that.
Yeah.
Man, that's cool.
Bits.
Oh yeah, a bunch of Rotons.
Some of those parts probably came from him, but it's,
Oh, Adam.
If Adam was the Venus de Milo.
Poor Adam.
Yeah, Adam's had a rough life there.
some of this is pretty rough.
Oh,
It's
man,
kind of
some of the-
sitting, but there's your phone.
Look at those phones. Unbelievable.
He's got vitiligo, apparently.
Yeah, that one's green.
Oh, yeah.
That one's green.
Oh. Oh, man. Yep. It's a purple flocked battle cat.
Any more of his,
Oh, wow. Just, those are definitely bootlegs of some
Oh
sort.
yeah, there's a whole pile of them down in there.
So cool. Look at all that. Look at all that. Oh, hey, this is a test shot.
Yeah, he gave us we got 5 or 6 test shots from him.
Oh, wow.
All buzz offs, of course.
Of course. Look at that. Oh, he's got a roboto arm on this side. Oh, man. Phones are so great.
Where you can see all the wires.
I know. Look at those wires.
Oh yeah, you could talk to your neighbor.
Got the 9-volt
Overnight through the
batteries.
bedroom window.
That's what. Look at. Yeah, they just got this really long cord.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is this?
You go. Hi, is this Skeletor?
Yes, this is Skeletor.
Is your refrigerator running?
Why, of course it's running, you boob.
Better go catch it.
I hate you, He-Man.
This is unreal. Like, this is totally something I was not expecting. And honestly, this is something that, like, it's been in the back of my mind. Like, I knew that this was a piece that I needed, right? But I haven't actively been seeking it out. And I think it's because it's like, man, it's hard usually to track down, like, single pieces from playsets like this. So the fact that this golden key for the Castle of Lions is just here, and the store owners just want to gift this to me, it's amazing. It is absolutely amazing. It is overly generous, and I really couldn't be more grateful for this. In fact, massive thanks to St. Louis Comics, Toys, and More for not only allowing me to come in here and shoot today, but also giving me the tour of the back room and having some fun and letting us get some footage of that as well. So make sure, if you are in the St. Louis area and you've got some time to do some toy hunting, you need to get over to St. Louis Comics, Toys, and More. Amazing selection here. Lots of goodies hidden throughout the store. Plus there's lots of comic books. Plus there's video games. There is definitely something here for you. You need to go and check them out. And my friends, with that being said, here is my haul. All right, so hey, look, I grabbed this Course figure. I loved the colors on it so much. I love that he's so close to that Alley Viper figure, and you know, he was affordable, and so I couldn't just miss the opportunity to pick this guy up. So I grabbed him. He is now home in my collection. I also grabbed that Hot Wheels Zombot because why not? It is so incredibly cool. And for the G.I. Joe selection, I decided to get the original Destro release. Look, this is probably now one of the oldest figures I have in my current G.I. Joe collection. Something from more towards the beginning of the line, but I have always loved the way this particular Destro looks. You guys know me with my vac metal, so the fact that he's got that awesome shiny head, I mean, come on, he's an amazing figure. I'm really glad that this is the one that I ended up grabbing to add to my collection. Plus that it comes from such an amazing collection from lifelong collectors. I am happy to make sure that this particular figure is taken care of and now a part of my collection. And of course, I can't forget that I was gifted this golden key for the Voltron Castle of Lions, which I can now add to my playset at home. It's amazing. I love this old Panache Place Voltron line. It's a line that I had as a kid, so it's always going to have a special place in my heart, and I'm so happy to have this key to add to that playset. I am making some really good progress with vintage playsets this year, too. It's pretty awesome. Guys, thank you so much for joining me for another installment of Toy Hunting with Pixel Dan. I really hope you guys all enjoyed today's video. Thank you all so much for continuing to support this channel by watching, by hitting that like button, by hitting that subscribe button, and leaving comments. And also a very special thanks to everybody who supports me over on Patreon. You guys are amazing. We are getting close to the end of the year, but I'm still getting through a backlog of this toy hunting footage, so I hope you guys are cool with that. We got more toy hunting episodes on the way, so stay tuned. Happy hunting, my friends, and until next time.